What is it hindering you from being a blessing to others? Leave your native country, your relatives, and your father's family and go to the land that I'll show you. Genesis 12, verse 1. This was the call Abraham received from God when he was in Ur. Even today, God's call to all Abraham's children, believers, is same, not in its literal sense, but in spiritual sense. Ur of Chaldeans, Babylonians, symbolizes the world and its patterns. Abraham's life in Ur with his family and relatives symbolizes self-centeredness and self-dependence. In obedience to God's call, Abraham left his father's family, relatives, and came out from Ur, Babylon, but that wasn't enough for God to make Abraham as father, blessing to many nations. Even though he came out from Babylon, but the Babylonian nature in him was still alive and active. Therefore, God had to wait until the Babylon in Abraham was completely gone away. During this period, God had to take Abraham through many tests to expose his Babylonian nature. If Abraham would have not yielded and emptied himself in this process, there was no meaning for Abraham's act of leaving everything and going out from Ur in obedience to God's call. God's call to Abraham, leave and go, symbolizes our salvation, and the process he went through for 25 years symbolizes pressing on towards perfection. It isn't enough for us to make a decision to follow Christ, but we need to press on towards perfection by getting rid of all the worldliness that is in us. Our inner life before God is more important than anything else. Our salvation has no value if our inward life do not transform into Christ-likeness.